48 other ones.
Right.
It's not a lot. So.
Well, what do you guys think? Like, so like intellectual property, like a different part of that question was like, should Coke and Pepsi should they have to publish their formulas? Like, I don't know. I wouldn't necessarily agree with that though. I think they've invested the research and development. They should be able to retain that trade secret. What do you guys think?
I believe in trade secret. I believe that, I don't believe that they should have to share it. I mean, it would really cause chaos everywhere. I mean, hey, Publix, well, that's our grocery store here, but Walmart and all them, Sam Cola, they've made a good comparison. Some people, they can drink that cola. So why should they have to share whatever, their trade secret?
Yeah.
It's great for competition, and it's great for the industry. They work hard for it.
Yeah.
That's the biggest difference with medicine too, is that Coca-Cola and Pepsi don't receive like research grants and what's the other word? They don't receive like subsidies from the government to create stuff. Whereas the pharmaceutical companies do, and the whole reason for holding the generics off is to give them a period to recoup their expenses before they make their money back.
Yeah.
But, Coke and Pepsi aren't getting the government help that Big Pharma is. So, I mean, I'm with you guys. It's a trade secret. If I don't have to tell companies what I do different to make me more money, why should Coke and Pepsi have to share their formula? Like, that's kind of crap.
I mean, I'm sure, I don't know about you where you work, Andrew, but where I used to work, I used to have to, I had to do a non-compete. I had to non-compete, so that if I did decide to leave, I couldn't work somewhere else right after, so that, I wouldn't share basically what they're doing right then. And industries are always evolving. What I would tell them is probably something they already knew anyways, a year or 2 years later. And I believe I firmly believe in that.
I don't have a non-compete, but a lot of my peers do. I argued and basically refused to work for the company if they stuck me with one, because I've been through it before, and they, different firms, I can tell you in like professional services sector, different firms have a different take. Some people feel like if I give you a non-compete, it means I don't trust you and I can bend you over a barrel. And then some firms feel like they would rather not give their people non-competes and pay them well, compensate them well, work with them, and give them a reason to stay, because then they're less soured and they're not like looking for ways to get around it. So there's both sides to it, but I definitely know what you're talking about. A lot of companies do have a non-compete.
Oh yeah, for sure. I think it's a double-edged sword, but I think it's really also what capacity you're working in. I mean, like, do you have like my husband, he's an engineer too. And so it's like, the software they use is like very proprietary, and like, they keep it very locked down, and as far as like the competing part, they don't want him to go to another company to, to be able to share any of those secrets, if you will, so I think it's probably what type of access to information you have as well. I think, in what capacity too. So that's a good opinion, guys. I really appreciate that. How did you guys do on any of those first slides about Coke and Pepsi? Were they like any questions on those?
I started. I actually went from the bottom. I figured we probably would have started from the beginning, Andrew, because I think that was the slide that we had to split. So
yeah, I kind of just went through them kind of like you did, I guess. Or I answered the first.
I did fully the well, not completely all the way full, but I'm almost done with supplier power, buyer power, and rivalry.
Yep.
And, for the supplier power in chapter 4, last week's chapter, it kind of stated that suppliers didn't really have as much power, and Porter basically said differently. He said that they do have a lot of power and a lot of things they do, and I kind of agree with him that a lot of suppliers do have powers, because they could charge what they want to charge. I
answered that one, but I can't find it.
I mean, send me what you have, and then I'll go through whatever, and then I'll do whatever.
Well, I tried to save mine and yours, and I don't know if I deleted one or I didn't fill that one out.
Andrew, when you sent it, like when I opened it, it was like a blank document. Yeah, I didn't see anything on there. Like really? It was just the template. There was no like added like information.
I had trouble saving it too. I actually lost it the first time, so I had to start all over kind of. So I had trouble.
Actually, I'll tell you, if the reason I think you guys couldn't see it was because I